I'm hearing some noise outside. What do you think of this sentence? Is it grammatically right? No, this is grammatically wrong. Can you spot the mistake in this sentence? The mistake in this sentence is that the verb here is used in the continuous tense. The verb here denotes an involuntary action. An involuntary action is something that takes place without the willingness of an individual, or the speaker, or the subject. Or it refers to a passive sensory observation. Hearing is passive or involuntary because the speaker or the individual or the subject does not have a choice in it. We hear each and everything whether we like it or not. Why do we hear everything? Or how can we hear everything? We hear everything, or we can hear everything just because we have got two ears. Such a verb should not be used in the continuous tense. Now think about the action of listening. As far as listening is concerned, the subject or the speaker has got a choice, that is voluntary. Hearing is involuntary, but listening is voluntary. What do you listen to, or whom do you listen to? You listen to somebody if you like what he is saying. You have got a choice there. You listen to something just because you like what you hear, otherwise you won't listen. So in the case of listening, the speaker has got a choice. The individual concerned is willing to do the action. But as far as hearing is concerned, the individual is passive. But in the case of listening, the subject or the speaker is active. When you refer to a verb that denotes a voluntary action, you can use it in simple tense and continuous tense as well. So it is right to say, I am listening to what he is saying. I listen to what he says every day. It's a correct sentence. At the same time, you can say, I'm listening to what somebody is saying. So what do you understand? When you refer to a verb that denotes a passive action, or when you refer to a verb that denotes an involuntary action, don't use that verb in the continuous tense. So it is wrong to say, I'm hearing some noise outside, but at the same time you can say, I'm listening to some sound. Similarly, think of the word see. See is a verb that denotes an involuntary action, but the verb look refers to a voluntary action. So seeing is involuntary, looking is voluntary. As far as seeing is concerned, we don't have a choice. Why don't we have a choice here? We see everything just because we are not blind. As we hear everything just because we have got two ears, we see everything in this world, whether we like it or not, just because we have got two eyes. But when it comes to looking, we have a choice. What is our choice here? If I don't like someone, then I won't look at him or her or it. So I'm looking at you because I like you. I'm looking at it because I like it. So there is a beautiful flower. I'm looking at it. There is a very handsome man. I'm looking at him. There's a beautiful lady. I'm looking at her. So here I have a choice. The speaker has got freedom. If he doesn't like something, he won't look at it. So here the verb see should not be used in the continuous tense, whereas the verb look can always be used in the continuous tense with ing. For example, I see somebody, but I'm looking at somebody now. I can ask you, are you seeing me? My question should be, do you see me? Do you see me is in simple tense. I can use the verb see in continuous tense and ask you a question, are you seeing me? Just like the question, do you hear me? I should ask you, do you see me? Or can you see me? Or did you see me yesterday? But we can always say, he is looking at him. She was looking at her. I am looking at you. You are looking at me. I'm looking at a cow that is walking. I'm looking at an elephant that is on its way. So continuous tense can be used when you refer to the verbs which indicate voluntary action. So hereafter, don't say I'm hearing what you are saying. The correct sentence is I hear what you are saying.